Hi, I'm Bob.
I'm Cindy.
We are RPlaceTravels. So we left our friends in Fort Myers, Florida, and we're heading up to Tampa, St. Petersburg area.
Yep.
Come and enjoy St. Petersburg and Tampa with us.
Just an itty-bitty-bitty about a couple on the road, driving an RV, pulling a toad. No place special to roam, not looking for a home. Won't you come along with us? We are RPlaceTravels.
So here we are at E.G. Simmons
Regional Park Campsite.
in Ruskin, Florida. It's actually a very nice park.
First come, first serve.
We came in there on a Sunday, and we waited about 4 or 5 hours before they called us in to get a campsite.
We stayed inside of the camp and looked at all the campsites to see which one we wanted. On that Sunday, they did have a lot to choose from.
Because it was a Sunday, a lot of people were leaving, so there was more openings.
This first time that we did a first come, first serve. So it kind of made us a little bit nervous, but it seemed to all work out. I liked it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful park. It was huge. They had a marina there. They had all kinds of parking spaces where we waited for them to call us up to get a site. All the roads are all blacktop roads, nice in good
they had
shape.
parks, they had a beach, they had trails. So then we went and set up. We picked out campsite 21. It was at the end of one of the loops that we were at. We had electric and water. They have a dump station there. It's $24 per night. If you're over 55, it's $18 a night. If you're over 65, it's $12 per night. So, I mean, it's very doable.
It's a good price, yeah.
And you can stay there 30 days. That's longer than most places. If you just come in for 2 weeks and then you want to add a couple more days, you just tell them. And because it's first come, first serve, you're actually first to be in that spot again.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think it worked out pretty nice.
Yeah. So we took one day and went into St. Petersburg.
We stopped at the Welcome Center, and they told us where to park, and should go on the trolley, and the trolley goes around the whole St. Petersburg. So then you can decide what you want to go and see. So we decided to do that first.
Yep.
So the guy that we had, he was wonderful.
We got on the right trolley. The trolley driver, he's fixing to retire in a couple months.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Where do you want to go? I'll take you there." What are they gonna do? Fire me? Real helpful on everything, and he told us everything about the city. Very happy with the driver.
And we were there on Monday, and so he said on Monday is the best day to go over to the restaurant, the Hangar. So later in the day we did. We went over there because he recommended it. But while we were on the trolley, there was a lady that was with us. And she knew the bus driver, and the bus driver actually dropped her off at her doorstep even. We ended up running into her later in the day.
She was having lunch or something with a bunch of friends of hers outside a restaurant. And we were walking by, and she's like, "Hey, I remember you from the bus." So I wish I would have interviewed him, because we sat there for about 20 minutes just talking about St. Petersburg and what they do.
And how they really enjoy being there. I have to say, I think St. Petersburg has been my most favorite place to visit. I think if I had to choose right now a place to live, I probably would choose St. Petersburg.
It's a beautiful city. It's clean. I like the way it's all laid out. Very easy to understand, very easy to follow. Beautiful beaches there. Everything is a real nice area.
Real nice area.
I definitely recommend, if you're in the area, go downtown St. Petersburg.
Yeah. So then we got off the trolley, and the first thing that we did, they have a new pier, and they call it their $1 Million Pier.
Apparently they put a lot of money into this pier, and it's a nice pier.
Beautiful. Yeah, so we walked all the way down, took some pictures. The water was just beautiful. It was so blue there. It was very nice. We came back and then walked up to the hotel, the Vinoy.
The Vinoy Renaissance St. Petersburg Resort and Golf Club. The hotel's grand opening was on New Year's Eve, 1925. Built by oil tycoon Eimer Vinoy Lofner. So he built this hotel, and it fell out of favor and into decline and disrepair by the end of the 1960s. In 1974, the Vinoy Hotel closed, and most of its contents were sold at auction. On September 11, 1978, it was added to the United States National Register of Historic Places. The hotel sat vacant until 1990. Vandalism and abuse happened on the hotel that whole time it was vacant, and it was bought by Vinoy Development Corporation, which renovated it. The hotel reopened in 1992. In August 2018, the hotel was sold to Tampa Bay Buccaneers owner Brian Glazer. The amount of the sale is reported to be $188.5 million. The sale includes a golf club, a 74-slip marina, as well as a 362-room hotel.
Yeah. And we went through it. As we went through it, there at the one part of the hotel, they have pictures and this information about the hotel. So if you go to visit, go to the one end of it and walk all the way through to the other end. It's such a beautiful hotel. We actually went up on the second floor, and they have windows and doors that you can go out onto the balcony there and see all the way to the beach. So I said that the trolley driver told us about a place that's called the Hangar. And on Mondays, which was the day that we were there, he said that they have some of the old-time jazz players, like sons of famous people. They come out and they play at this place. We went there pretty early. It fills up very fast. It's not a big place. They set their stuff up while we were having dinner. So then when we were done, we sat and listened to jazz, and it was very good.
Yeah.
At the end there, they opened it up for people to come up and sing and play their own instruments and different things. So we kind of left after that.
Yeah, but it's funny, like she said, we went there early and had our dinner, and then I felt like probably want to open up the table and wanted us to leave in that, so we even asked the waiter, it was okay if we just sit here and watch the band. And he was like, you sit here as long as you want. It's like they weren't trying to rush us in and rush us out. It's like, take your time. You can stay here all night, watch the band. So yeah, so I didn't feel rushed or anything. It's just very relaxing, interesting place to go.
Yeah. So if you're there, stop at the Hangar.
So we went south to go to St. Petersburg to get around the lake, and we went north into Tampa. And so we went to the Welcome Center in Tampa.
Yep.
And got a bunch of information about the town.
Because that's what we do.
So that's the first place we go.
Uh-huh.
See what advice they give us.
We decided the first thing that we were going to go see is the Henry Plant Museum.
Right.
So we decided to walk there, and it was a nice walk.
Yeah.
So we got to the museum, and the whole outside of the museum, so totally different. It has these, what did you call them?
They're like domes.
Domes, right. But they're in the style of Moorish and Turkish architecture. And they're like these big silver domes. At that time, it wasn't the museum. It was the Tampa Bay Hotel. He was a collector, and the collections that he collected are still there at the museum. What was nice was that when you went in each room on your phone,
It was like a little phone app you had to connect your phone up to when you walked in. And every room had a number. You push that number, and it would tell you all about the room and the things in the room and everything. It's very interesting and easy to understand.
Mm-hmm. So let me tell you a little bit about Henry Plant. Henry Plant was a businessman in the 1800s who built railroads in Florida. Plant built hotels along his rail lines to promote passenger traffic. This Tampa Bay hotel was considered the premier hotel of the 8 that Plant built. It was a 511-room resort-style hotel. It opened in 1891. The Tampa Bay Hotel officially closed its doors in 1930. In 1933, the Tampa Bay Junior College was granted permission to move into the hotel, using the rooms that were once suites as classrooms, laboratories, and admission offices. The junior college was expanded to become the University of Tampa. The University of Tampa still uses it today, along with the museum.
Got it.
Each one probably
Chess piece.
chest pieces. And just one half of the hotel that they have for the museum, and the other half is still all of the college.
Some interesting history about the Henry B. Plant Hotel.
when it was a hotel.
when it was a hotel?
During the Spanish-American War, Plant convinced the United States military to use his hotel for their base of operations there. They actually had Theodore Roosevelt, all of the generals, they actually stayed in the hotel. All the enlisted men, they were actually on the outside. At the time, because of the war, there was nobody going to hotels or doing anything fun. So he used that to save his hotel.
So they'd stay there and they'd do all their battle exercises and plan all their invasions and things like that. So it was actually used as basically a military base.
It's very interesting. And from 1891 to 1930, they housed thousands of guests, and they were tons of celebrities. They had Sarah Bernhardt, the Queen, the Prince of Wales, Babe Ruth. They were just all kinds of famous people that had stayed at the hotel.
Yeah, big celebrities.
The suites were on the main floor.
The higher ranking people stayed on the first floor. Less and less as you go up.
So even the children, they didn't stay with the parents. They were up on the second floor with the nannies, and then the people that came to help them were even on the higher floors. So we actually visited both sides of it. We did the museum first, and then we went over to the college side. You can just go visit anything in there. We went upstairs, and you could actually see the domes from upstairs. You look out and you could actually see the grounds. The grounds are well taken care of. There's flowers and a little park and everything that they built out front. They had a elevator. And this elevator, it is known as the oldest passenger elevator in Florida.
And it is in still working conditions. It's there for show, but it can still work.
But it's been maintained. It is usable, and it's beautiful. It is all wood.
And some of the architecture in there, I just loved it because they use a lot of dark woods and designs and stuff, and it's very, very sharp.
It says that most of the dark woods that they got were Cuban mahogany, and it was brought there.
One of the places that the visitor center recommended was the old downtown historic district of Tampa.
They said the best way to go would be the tram.
So we jumped on the tram and we took it to the old section, the old downtown section, which is called Ybor City. I guess it's an old neighborhood in Tampa, and that used to be known for making cigars. They made the best cigars in the whole country in this neighborhood.
It's very Cuban, so they were known for American-made Cuban cigars. So we took the tram all the way to the end because it's all...
That's where it stops.
That's where it stops. We got out and we had to walk a couple blocks to get to the main drag there.
7th Avenue.
And we went to the...
Colombian restaurant.
Yes. And even the outside is real cute. They have a lot of tile on the sidewalk. They have tile on the building. Real old, fancy-looking building. So we went to dinner there.
This restaurant was founded in 1905. They claim it's the oldest restaurant in Florida. And a lot of bigwigs and people went there, presidents and actors and everything. A lot of famous people go to this restaurant.
We went for dinner, and we ordered a... Go ahead. What's the name of it?
La Completa Cubana.
And it is like a sampling of Cuban food. And we had a Cuban salad that they made there. The place was, we didn't feel like we were underdressed or anything and that, but the waiters were...
Real classy.
Yeah, they were all in tuxedos and...
Memorized your order, no writing things down.
It was really a nice restaurant. It seemed like they kept on adding to the restaurant. So they had like different sections. In the section that had a open ceiling, it was a glass ceiling, and it looked like a garden almost. And then they had very fancy wood in it for another section. There was 3 or 4 different sections that were in this restaurant. When you could go outside, you can see all the different doors to go into the different sections. So it looks like they kept on adding to it. So it was very beautiful in the different areas.
This is still run by the same family that founded the restaurant. It's still in the same family.
So we had a wonderful dinner, and we walked down 7th Street.
Through the historic area back to the trolley.
And it had a bunch of restaurants and little gift shops and a lot of bars.
A lot of bars, nightclubs, things like that.
Yeah. When we left, it was just getting evening, so everything was starting to open up and get very busy. So we went back on the tram, and that was basically our day.
Our Tampa. Thanks for coming along with us on our excursion to Tampa and St. Pete, Florida.
Yeah, we had a great time. I hope you learned something or saw something that you liked. It is a great trip in that area. It's worth stopping at both of them.
So from here, we're going back up to Orlando. So look forward to that, and
That'll be fun.
that'll be fun.
Because we're actually going to be going to...
Window shopping, Disney style. Look forward to it.
So don't miss next week.
See you later.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you on the flip side.